Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I talk a lot about recovery, restoration, restoring your energy, your body, mind, spirit, refilling your cup. Well, this is a video that speaks to those things. It's hard for a lot of us to stop and not do, especially with movement and exercise. And we need those rest days. However, we are meant to move. So rest day doesn't mean do nothing. So on the days where you just want to be in touch with your body, get a little bit of mobility, a little bit of stretch, whether you're recovering from a lot of working out or that's just what your intuition is telling you to do, then this is for you. We're going to stretch, we're going to mobilize, we're going to feel connected to our bodies and our breath. So we're going to stretch together, move together, breathe together, and take care of ourselves individually. Listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, leave it out. Never sacrifice the intuition of the body for the glory of the ego. Okay, so we're going to start just with some very simple movements, bending the knees and circling the shoulders. Circle the shoulders up and around. And moving slow here just to start to lubricate the joints. Whenever we're talking about joints, knees, hips, ankles, shoulders, wrists, fingers, we want to mobilize. Motion is lotion. And circle, now reverse. And these don't have to be big knee bends. We just want to start to feel our knees moving, our legs moving, our feet pressing into the earth, and certainly mobilizing the shoulders and scapula. And then hold and open your chest, lift up high. Exhale. Now let's do that with a little bend. Bring us up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that again. Really fill up with breath here. Fill up. And exhale. Hopefully you're starting to feel good already. Now inhale up. Let's take our palms together, clasp the fingers, flip the palms, press up, and then come up and over to the right and stretch. Feel that left side, that opposite side lengthening. Root that opposite foot into the earth. Stretch and lift up and over to the other side. Stretch, breathe, and just to your own degree, just what feels right. And go as deep as you want to go safely. Up and over again. Yes, there's a little action in the arms. We do want to wake up the muscles in order to stretch them. And up, a little bit of dynamic movement to help us make it a very efficient form of flexibility. And up. And release, shake your hands out, circle your wrists, circle your wrists, circle your wrists, circle them both ways. Now flex your wrists and bring them down, and flex and bring them down, and open those palms, feel those forearms and wrists, and up and down and up and down. Okay, let that go. And we're just gonna get a little more movement in the lower body before we come down and do our stretches. So I want you to step into that leg and up. And you're just rebounding off the leg. The floor is helping you rebound. So think toe ball heel, not a deep bend. So your knee is safely going over your ankle, down, and there's a little lift in your belly to help you balance at the top. See if you can catch it. And down, and maybe take your arms out if that feels good, if that feels more like you're opening your chest or that you can get taller. Just one more. And up. And now everybody try to balance with that leg up. Just find your balance, find it, arms up. And lower. We'll take the other side. So just starting very simple, into the ground, rebound up. And down and rebound up. So toe ball heel and up, light lift in the low belly. And it's not a deep bend. You can take the arms out. You can keep the arms down. Hips, you can even reach them up. Depends on how much energy you have. We're not going to overexert. And up. Up. One more. See if you can balance. Balance. Hold your balance. Hold. Try it. Try it. If your toe touches down like mine just did, so what? Bring it back up. Find it, find it, find it. And shake it out. My right side is always my harder side to balance. I have no ACL in that knee. So I learned to manage just fine. So let's take a little bit of a turnout here, just a little bit of an external rotation, so we can just sit our hips back a bit and feel a little more flexion in the hip joint. Sit them back and stand them up tall. Just a few times, down and up. 2 more, down and up. Last one, down and up. And now with one arm down, stretch up and over to the side. You can use your hand to help you in your hip, on your leg. Reach, reach, reach out and up. Other side, reach, 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 reach out, reach out, reach out. And now we're gonna move that a little bit. Up and stretch, up and stretch, up and stretch. If you want to, you can add a knee bend every time you come through center. Bend and stretch, or not. Bend and stretch, bend and stretch. One more each side. Last one. And up. And stand comfortably. Bring your right arm across your body and stretch the back of that arm. Feel your tricep. Feel that shoulder blade open up and back. And then maybe just your upper spine rotates a little bit. And release, shake it out, other side. Cross it, feel the stretch first. If you would like to go deeper, maybe just your upper spine rotates a little bit. Make sure you're staying present in this moment, here and now. Sending your breath into your body, moving with breath and presence. And up. Now take your arms wide and bring your legs hip distance apart and wrap, wrap, wrap your arms around your body. Hug yourself, twist and open. We're really rotating the spine here. That's including the hips now. So we're letting the hips twist. Open and twist. The lowest part of the spine, the sacral spine, that's moving too. One long rotating spine. And twist and open and twist. Now just let it kind of flop and be easy. Let the momentum do it and let your arms just follow along. Gravity is doing it. You're not really controlling your arms. You're controlling your spine. You're pulling your tummy in. You're rooted into the earth. And relax. Okay, one wide stance here. You can soften your knees, take your hands on your hips, and slowly start to fold over. Now, take your legs as wide as they need to go so your hands can come down. If your hands come down easy, bring your stance in a little bit, and let's plant the right hand down or right fingertips and open the other side up. Try not to twist your hips. We're really just opening the chest and shoulder here. And come down, other side, up, 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 up. Breathe deep. And lower. Soften your knees a little bit. Take your hands on your hips and with a long spine, come on up. Turn to the side. We're gonna do a little lunge situation. So at first here, we can really, just set our knee down, and if you need to pad it with something, feel free. If you need a towel or extra mat or blanket. You see I have a blanket here. I'm going to talk about that in a minute for when we come down to do our floor stretches. I'll get to that. So we're breathing into the front of that hip flexor. Now coming up, we're not going to sink our hips forward. We're actually going to back out of it a little bit. Keep the 90-degree angle here. And just allow the tailbone to lengthen. And then we really feel that psoas muscle and quadricep. Breathe into it. Stay with your breath. Try not to sink your hips too far forward and get into a big back bend. Breathe, lengthen that tailbone. And then slowly bring your hands down. We're gonna take a little movement here. So back, flex the foot. And come forward. And inhale back. Exhale forward. So dynamic movement, stretching, very efficient way to get flexibility, and forward, using the muscles to move through space to lengthen. And forward. Now back and hold. Find your hamstring stretch, whatever that looks like for you. Breathe into it. Nice, deep, deep, deep stretching. And then this time you can find your lunge with the knee down and you can stay there, or you can pick the back knee up. Wherever you are, twist up, up, up to the sky. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So your back leg is either very, very straight with the heel pressing back, or the knee is down. Shoulder blades are down. Imagine you're doing a side plank on your hand. And then bring the hand down. And now we're going to move. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And walk yourself all the way over to the other side into that lunge. Remember, the back knee is down to start. We're still on our fingertips, and if you need to pad that back knee, feel free. So wherever you are, we're gonna come up and back out of it a little. We're not sinking the hips too far forward. You can see how I just lifted my spine and hips up. The idea here is to lengthen the tailbone. So we're feeling our psoas and quadricep without overextending the spine into a big back bend. Breathe into that stretch. Find your exhale, look for your release. Couple more, stay with it. And then slowly come down. And we're gonna move into the flex stretch in the hamstring and come forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Here's our hold. Inhale back. Find your hamstring stretch to your own degree. And then slowly come forward. You can keep your knee down or lift it up to a long straight leg. Plant the palm. Open, twist up towards that front leg. Hold. This is our hold. Reach, reach, reach. Feel those arms reaching away from each other. Left hand rooted into the earth. Extend your spine and twist. And then we'll move. Exhale, lower the hand, touches down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. One more. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Bring your hand down, and now we're gonna walk back around to the other side and then find your way to your hands and knees. Hands and knees, so a couple rounds of cat-cow. If your hips are tight, you can have your knees slightly back from your hips, otherwise right under your hips, hip distance. If your shoulders are tight, you can have your hands a little wider than shoulder distance. Otherwise, shoulder distance right under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. So kinetic force starts from the ground up from the foot. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, open the heart, press into the floor, fill up with breath. Tops of the feet down as you start the exhale to round. Tailbone, top of the head towards the floor. Empty out and hold, navel in. Tuck the toes first. Inhale. Lift the tailbone, lift the chest, open the heart, fill up. Tops of the feet down. Exhale, round, round, round. Lift the navel up and in, up and in, up and in, up and in. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Dome the upper back. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Now hold this here. Hold, hold, hold. Now dig your toenails into the mat so much as if you're dragging the mat forward and creating
an arch in your ankle. This turns on your abdominal wall. Hold here and breathe. I learned this exercise when I got certified to be a yoga coach. Yoga is an excellent system of movement created for the professional athlete. It's yoga with it's the mentality of yoga rooted in the postures and the biomechanics of sport. It's amazing. So this is us breathing and holding and rounding and turning on our abdominal wall and opening our back, and then relax. Oh, shift back into a child's pose and then come forward right away into a little baby back bend. And then back, shifting your whole spine and forward. So moving tailbone, top of the head, all the way back. And now you're gonna do this to your own degree. Move intuitively here. Inhale, exhale. Don't push, don't overdo it, but do what feels good. Maybe it's even dropping the hips more, opening the chest more, maybe not. Hips back, 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 and forward, and back, and forward, and back. Okay, we're all gonna take one down dog to really decompress the spine. Lift those hips up, 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 rotate the outer borders of the shoulders in, elbows rotating towards each other. Lift. Breathe deeply. Feel your entire rib cage 360 degrees. Open and close. Feel the belly. Feel the diaphragm filling up the belly. Lifting your hips up, up, up. And then come on down to your knees. Let's take the knees wide, heels together, sit back into a wide child's pose. Now you're gonna walk your body over to the right. So reach on the diagonal, but try to bring your opposite hip down. So opposition of the hand and the hip. Really get into that side body stretch. Breathe deep into it. And then slowly walk yourself through center over to the other side. Try to bring the sitting bone down as you reach the hand away. Stretch, stretch. And then slowly come back to center. Bring yourself up. Now, for the rest of the seated stretches, and we're going to do some seated stretches at the end, you may want to have either a yoga bolster, a pillow, a rolled up towel or blanket. It might help if you have trouble sitting up tall and your hips get really tight and your low back gets really tight. Imagine sitting cross-legged. If that bothers you and you feel like you're here, I like using a blanket. I don't need too much lift. If you need more lift, grab a big pillow or two, or put a few towels, beach towels, stack towels. Take a second to do that if that's what you need. Otherwise, whatever works for you, find your seat. We're gonna start with our feet together. So a little butterfly position here. And this is gonna look different on everyone. In fact, I'm gonna turn to the side so you guys have your modifications more accessible visually. So feet together. Sometimes it feels good just to have your fingertips down and extend through your arms and open your chest, and actively with your hips try to open your knees. This is a little bit more user-friendly, and it also can get very deep if you like this version. If you like to grab your ankles or feet, that's fine too. Some people have them really close. I don't. Some people have them far out. Do what your body knows. Your body knows intuitively, and it's sending you messages about what works best for you. So whatever that position is, move into it with breath and purpose and intention. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Find that stretch. Doesn't have to be your deepest one ever. Just do what feels good. That's what we're here to do today. Be in touch with our body and our breath. Do what feels good. And then slowly come on up. Okay, you can actually ditch the blanket pillow situation for right now because we are going to come all the way down onto our backs.
So find your way onto your back. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat. And what we're gonna do here is a little mobility work. Bring the knees into tabletop and take your arms out to the sides and let the knees fall over to the right and let your spine go with it. If you need something under your head, you can use that pillow or blanket or towel, but we are gonna move the upper body and the arm here. So right now my arm is on my thigh and I'm gonna let it flop in front of me like a rag doll, opening it up around in a circle. Maybe it doesn't touch the floor the whole time. And I just let it drag and drop. Feel the kinks in the chain of your shoulder blade. Notice, excuse me, where you feel things. Up, around, around, around. And let's reverse. Open. And down, 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 and through. Really let it be floppy ragdolly. Open. And down and through. And open. Now hold here in this open, yummy twist. Let your chest open. And then press into your feet to come up to center. And we're gonna let the knees come the other way. I'm gonna stay right where I am. I thought I was gonna turn and face you, but nope. So the knees come the other way. And remember, you're facing your knees to start. And you're gonna let that top arm flop forward first. Forward, up and over and around. And let it feel good. Over, down. Up and around. And over. And up and around. Now we're going to reverse. Notice the kinks in the chain. Try to breathe through it. Remember, motion is lotion. And open. And up and over. And open. One more. Up and over. And on this one, you stay open and enjoy the twist. Enjoy the chest opening. And come on up to center. Okay, we're gonna take a really nice leg and hip mobility exercise. So just do your best. Once you find your rhythm, it gets easier. Sometimes it challenges the coordination. So with the right leg, I'm gonna do the first couple really slow. The right knee comes in, and then the foot comes down, slides on the floor and kicks up. Then it comes down, it slides on the floor, knee comes in. It slides on the floor, it kicks up. And down, and knee in and down, kick it up. Let it be controlled but loose. Makes sense? The hip and the knee, they get to move and mobilize. We're bringing the leg in. Engage your belly, and down and in and down and up and in and up. Two more, and in and up. And in and up. Bend the knee, give it a squeeze. Just give it a squeeze. Maybe circle it around in the hip joint a little bit. And then straighten that other leg and really squeeze it in. And then take the shin or knee inside, crook your elbow, and try to bring it out to the side a little bit. You might have to use that opposite hand against the other side to press open. If it's easier for you to stay here, then please do so. And then come back to center and feet down. Okay, we'll do the other side. So the first couple will be slower. Knee comes in, foot down, drag it, kick it up. All the way down, foot slides the knee in. And up, knee comes in, leg kicks up and down, slide it in, slide it out, kick it up and down, slide it in and up. Let it feel good, and in. Make sure your lower abs are slightly engaged, not crazy contraction, but lifting them up and in and up. Two more, and in and up and in and up, and rest. Hold that knee, give it a squeeze. Maybe move it around a little, move intuitively. And if it feels good to do this next part with the legs straight, go for it. Take
it into your forearm and elbow and bring it out a little to the side. Maybe use that opposite hand to keep that hip down if you need it. And slowly release. Okay, shake those legs out. Let's take a moment to just let the legs go up and down with the knees, and then even side to side, little windshield wipers with the feet. That should feel pretty good. Let it be loosey-goosey. So for this next part, if you have trouble stretching your hamstring by holding on, you can use your towel, or if you have a strap or anything that loops around your foot, use your necktie, use your sock, whatever you like. So we're gonna bring that knee in, starting with the opposite leg in a bent knee. Lift it up. Now hold wherever you can hold. That might be here with a strap around your foot. Just listen to your body and do what feels right for you. If you feel you want to go deeper, you can straighten that bottom leg. It's totally up to you. But wherever you are, stay in it with your breath. Inhale into where you feel the stretch. And exhale, look for the release. Make sure your shoulders are down, your neck is relaxed. Inhale into the back of the leg and exhale. Now slowly, everybody's gonna have the leg a little farther away from their face than it already is, and maybe you're holding a strap or a towel. Either way, bend the knee and then push the heel up and away, and bend the knee in as if you're pushing the ceiling up and away from you, as if you could. And up. One more. And up. Now hold it one more time. Circle the ankle. And circle the other way. And release that side. Okay, shake it out. Mentally prepare for the other side. Starting with the right knee bent, foot flat, and bring that left leg in, holding wherever you can hold, and straighten the leg. So whatever you need to do to straighten the leg, even if it's still slightly soft in the knee. And if you want to go deeper, straighten out the bottom leg. Try to keep the leg down and use your breath to go deeper into the stretch. Inhale into where you feel it. Exhale, find the release and the lengthening. See if you can send the breath in so deeply that you find some place where there's a letting go. Relax any tension in your face. Breathe into the back of that leg. And then slowly, wherever it is, make sure it's not too close to you. You can be holding your strap or towel or anything. Otherwise, you're just gonna bend the knee and push the foot up. And bend the knee and push the foot up. Bend, press that ceiling away or the wall in front of you if your leg is lower. And push, one more. Push, hold the leg again, circle the ankle. And circle the other way. And let that go. Okay, so take the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. So we've got that butterfly position again. If this is too much on your lower back, then take your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees fall closed. Feel what that feels like on your hips. So it's different, but it's another opportunity to feel the hips. If we're knees open, we get a little more the inner hips, the inner thighs, and that connection. Here we get a lot more outer. So it's up to you. Take either way that feels intuitive for you, that helps you let go a little bit and let gravity do your thing, do its thing for you, and come on up. Okay, we're gonna take our reclining hip stretch. So cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh and bring that whole shape in. Now, you can hold the back of the left hamstring or the front of the left shin, either way, whatever feels right for you, but flex that foot. So notice, remember that kinetic energy. When you flex the foot, what happens in the hip? You get a deeper stretch. You don't necessarily have to pull the legs in so much more. If you're behind the hamstring and you like to straighten the leg up, you can do that too. Make sure you have ease in your face and in the rest of your body, and you're breathing into that hip. Inhale and exhale. Breathe nice and deep. Send the breath into the hip, and on that exhale, find that release. Find the opening, find the letting go. And now you're going to stay in this position, but drop the bottom leg, foot flat. And I just want you, with some activity in your hip and leg, to push your knee open, not with your hands or arms, just doing it with the leg. You're just getting a little more active mobility in that hip joint. Push and push and push. Now take this entire shape, arms out, and let it fall to the left. So if your right leg's on top, the right sole of the foot's gonna look for the floor. The knee's staying up and open. So this is a little more of a passive hip stretch, even though I still really feel it, with a spine twist. My knee's opening up. So the sole of the foot's looking for the floor. It might not get there. Mine's not there right now. And breathe into that hip and back. Engage your belly a lot. Come back to center. Okay, change sides. We're gonna hip stretch. Reclining, so bring it in. Remember to flex that top foot. Hold the hamstring or the shin. If you're holding the hamstring, maybe you like to straighten the leg up. Otherwise, you can keep it low. You can hold wherever feels right for you. To deep breathe into that hip. Deep breathe into that hip. Deep, deep, deep. Breathing into your whole body. Looking for your release, letting go. A couple more very deep breaths here. Focused, purposeful breaths. And then slowly bring that bottom foot down, and we'll take those little tiny pulses, opening the knee with the hip, opening, opening, press, and press. And press. Now keep it there, arms open. Sole of this foot is going to look for the floor. Knees staying open, knees staying open, knees staying open. My sole of the foot doesn't get there, but I have a deep hip stretch and spine twist. So that's what matters. Breathe into your body. Breathe deep. And then engage your abdomen to come back to center. Bring your legs up, hold the backs of your knees, and just let them come up and down, up and down. And we're gonna take happy baby pose. So traditionally that's done by holding the outsides of the feet. So regardless of whether you're holding the outsides or the insides, you're pulling the knees down and trying to lengthen the tailbone down. I personally like holding the insides of the feet. My arms are a little shorter, that works for me. Either way is fine. If you're someone who likes to rock side to side, that can be nice, do that. Or if you like to straddle the legs open. Some of us find that delicious, some definitely do not. So do you in this moment. Breathe deep. And then slowly let it go. We're gonna take a few rocks on our spine. So this is a very modified rolling like a ball. Hold the backs of your knees and rock yourself up and down a few times. But every time you do, I want you to find a little balance point at the top. So you still have that light lift of the belly. You're very curved in your spine. Your shoulders are down. You're rolling up and down, and then maybe one more and up. Okay, this is another place where you may want to sit on your rolled up blanket towel or on your pillow. We're gonna take one sole of the foot into the inner thigh here. And if you're really flexy, you can open your knee out to the side. Otherwise, just keep it right here. And we're reaching towards the outside of the straight leg. Okay, the idea is to reach away from this hip and lower back. So it's a little bit of a twist. You may feel a hamstring stretch, but I also want you to look for the stretch in the hip and low back area. So inhale into wherever you feel it, and exhale, find your release. Inhale and exhale. Breathe, breathe deep. A forward fold is very calming for the nervous system, so let that happen here as well as you deep stretch. Long inhales, long exhales. And come on up and other side. So sole the foot in and it can stay right here, or if you want to open your hip up even more, you can do that. Be mindful of your knees. Maybe the sole of your foot's not all the way up and in. And reach towards the outside of that leg, the outside. Breathe. Now try to find stretch in the low back and hip area as well. You probably feel something in the hamstring, but really try to focus on that low back and hip. Breathe, long inhales and exhales. And then slowly come up. Last thing here, and again, you're welcome to sit up on your elevated situation cushion towel. And you're just gonna simply just cross the right leg in front of the left. It's not a big, giant cross. Right leg in front of left. So we're all together here. So let's fold ourselves over just to wherever you go, but keep your sitting bones down. That might be really far for you. It's not very far for me. And breathe into that right hip. And I want you to walk your body over to the left. So you're reaching, again, away from the hip. That's the way to deeply stretch the hip. Reach your arms away from the hip, but keep the sitting bones down. Breathe into that hip. Hips, 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 baby. Let's keep those hips mobile, stable, supporting us in our optimal function forever. Breathe deep. And then slowly come back to center. Press yourself up. We'll change sides. So left leg's in front now. Start in the middle. Hang over just to wherever you are, where you're still down with your sitting bones. You'll probably feel major difference on your two sides. And then walk yourself over to the right. Stretch away from that left hip. Stretch away, away, away from it. Breathe, breathe. Send your breath into where you feel it. As always, exhale. Look for the release and the opening. And then slowly come back to center and come up. Okay, we're almost there, guys. So hopefully you're feeling good. You can lose your towel, blanket, pillow, whatever you've got. And we're just gonna come back to our hands and knees. And we're gonna take a wide child's pose. So I want you to stack your fists. Stack your fists and bring your forehead to your fist. There's a relaxation point in the center of your forehead. So I want you to kind of massage into that just gently and intuitively. Just move into it a little bit. And then go ahead and bring yourselves up. And if it's uncomfortable for you to sit on your ankles like this, you can sit in any fashion you want. We're gonna stretch the chest. So clasp your hands behind your back and open the chest. Now you can stay in a wide knee, or you might be seated forward fold, in the forward fold style we were in with the cross legs. If you're on your knees and ankles, see if you can bow forward and let your head touch and let your arms come up, up, up. Regardless of what you're doing, you're stretching your chest in front of those shoulders. And wherever you are, without snapping, release the hands. We're just gonna finish in a forward fold. Forward fold. Now, let's separate the feet a good hips distance at least and soften your knees. Soften your knees. You wanna protect your low back and your knees. So bring the weight slightly forward in the feet. Let your head be heavy. Now you can hold opposite elbows, but this is another opportunity to stretch the shoulders and chest. So if you want to do that again, see if you can clasp your hands the awkward way, the other way. It feels funny like you're holding someone else's hand. So you'll know it's the other way. And breathe into the backs of those legs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let your head be heavy. Let this be calming. And if your hands are clasped, don't let them snap. Just release. Bring them down. And using your hands to help you, bend your knees a lot and roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, one vertebrae at a time, one vertebrae at a time. And then just come to the top. Circle your shoulders. Circle, circle, circle. Forgive my mic pack situation. It moved all over the place today, but that's because we moved all over the place today. All right, circle, circle. Circle the other way. Let's inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale down. Again, bring the arms up. And exhale down. Let's bring the arms up, hold. And then just reach to the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. One more each side. Reach, arms come down. Shake it out. I hope you feel good. You still feel some restorative movement and how that serves you, plugging into your body-mind connection, invigorating your body-mind spirit. And thanks for joining me. I hope to see you again on the mat.